Welcome to the Northeast Asia Forum pre-brief. In just a few weeks, we will be gathering here in Korea to explore opportunities, challenges, and partnerships shaping this dynamic region. This brief will give you the context, key trends, and sector highlights you need to dive straight into meaningful conversations at the forum. Let's start with Korea's macro landscape. On the back of AI boom, Korea is showing robust earnings growth of 236% year-on-year, with ROE at 24%, well above the emerging market average of 18%. Despite this 6 percentage point difference in ROE, Korea trades at a 1.9 times price-to-book multiple, broadly in line with EM at 2.1 times. Semiconductors are contributing most of the ROE growth, but strength is broadening with solid growth across the sectors, including shipbuilding, defense, nuclear, transformers, and brokers. At the same time, the government's push on the corporate value up program is acting as a tailwind to broader market re-rating, coupled with heightened retail participation.
The global semiconductor landscape is undergoing big changes. Compute is the new oil, and silicon is the backbone of the digital economy. The industry is in the middle of an unprecedented upcycle. AI workloads in data centers are unleashing a big surge in chip demand, which is overwhelming the semiconductor suppliers. The memory supercycle is shaping up to be one of the most powerful and prolonged cycles ever. It's fair to say that AI infrastructure is now memory constrained rather than compute constrained, and memory is now foundational to AI infrastructure. We believe memory is now one of the most strategically important parts of the semiconductor stack, and the shortages are getting worse. As AI inference scales globally and agentic and physical AI proliferate, we expect memory to remain undersupplied for many years. That is why major customers are looking to sign multi-year supply contracts, which could eventually account for half of suppliers' capacity. Hence, memory industry's earnings profile is expected to improve significantly in the coming years. Memory stocks under our coverage are still trading at cheap valuations, and we maintain our positive stance on the sector. At our Northeast Asia Forum in Seoul, we have several Korean tech companies presenting, and we also have a great lineup of expert speakers. I encourage you to come to our forum and check for yourself how memory is reshaping the semiconductor landscape.
Hello, my name is DC Shin, covering Korea shipbuilding at CLSA Korea. Korean shipbuilding remains one of the strongest sectors, underpinned by earnings growth and structural expansion into new areas such as naval vessels and engines. These have been core drivers for the past 2 years and are expected to continue this year. Korea hosts the world's largest shipyards, with its 3 major groups ranked number 1, 2, and 3 globally, placing the nation at the forefront when the US seeks support to rebuild its naval fleet in response to China's rising power. The US procurement plan points to the next decade being the strongest in naval vessel additions, with Korea well positioned to benefit. Engines are emerging as a new growth area as AI data centers facing gas turbine bottlenecks look to repurpose industrial engines that are being built by Korea's shipyards. HD Hyundai Heavy holds a 30 to 35% market share and is expected to expand capacity in the coming weeks. Labor union negotiations over the next 2 months are a key risk. While this is an annual event, this year's talk bear closer watching amid strong union demands across Korea, driven by record earnings in multiple sectors. Investor discussions often focus on the likelihood of US regulatory easing for naval vessel building in Korea, the Canadian submarine contract potential, and earnings implication from engines for AI data centers. Finally, don't miss our 25th of June shipyard tour of HD Hyundai Heavy and Samsung Heavy. We look forward to seeing you all at the forum.